long, so some things I got to take care of. But I want to talk about our search. So we have a ton of videos on our account. Somewhere around 9,000 something videos. It's quite a lot, and this is from tons of testing, and basically from our YouTube channel. And not only that, from testing we have on our website, we can back our products up 100%. We're not in videos here. Here we go. That's how many videos I have on my account right there. So that shows you how much testing we get done. So does our screen paint require, and I had a customer ask this because we use a lot of venue projectors in our demonstrations, does it require a 4,000, 5,000 projector? Actually, no. See right here, you go to our search bar, this is our page right here. There's my video count right there, showing you how many videos I have that I've done. And right here, you go to this search bar right here and you type in Sony VPL CS4. It's one of our favorite projectors to use at 1,000 lumens. Now you can put in inside or outside. I chose outside because it shows some demonstrations over to a customer. So in here, this will show every demonstration we did on that projector, whether it be inside, whether it be outside. This is literally how many tests we have done using that particular projector. I do like using the Sony VPL CS4 because again, it's a cheap, old, outdated projector. And we even had the unboxing, where I was showing my feet. I had no idea my feet were on video, but anyway, who cares? But anyway, it shows the unboxing where I purchased the item, and it shows the multiple demonstrations we use on every single screen paint we have developed. Not every single one, before we had the Sony VPL. So anyway, all our products are tested on this projector right here because again, if you're going to be doing a black screen, one of the important things is you have to show if the screen can generate white light outside, inside at 1,000 lumens, especially outside. So we have here demonstration, and you can go right to our channel and watch any video you want. We have demonstrations at 235.1. We have demonstrations at Pico projectors, demonstrations outside. Anything you want to know about my company, we can back it up 100%. Now, you know why we have so many videos on our account? Because we do a ton of tests. And not only a ton of tests, my company has been here longer, which means I have more experience than most people that are trying to sell these products online. Sorry about the gritty video. This was done live. 1,000 lumen projector on my deck. Got measuring tape on display to show you how far we're sitting back. There's my projector setup right there. And there's my beautiful fish on display. 4K? Yeah, I own the 4K projectors. As a matter of fact, I haven't bought one since I found out our products. Basically, you can do the same thing a 4K can do. Like 720p. Here is, and challenges too. If you want to see how many challenges we actually put up on people, yeah, you can go right into that little section right there and type in challenge, and you'll see all these videos pop up where we challenge people who never ever completed any of the challenges that we put up. This is 1,000 lumens and a max out zone. This is an area that literally has so much light that the meters couldn't read down there. 1,000 lumens right there. We're showing off, let's see, white levels. Told you, one of the very important tests that have to be done. You have to show those white levels. Sorry, we don't have the camera stand because right now I'm packing things. So. Let me see. So from here, all the way down, keeps going, it keeps going, keep going, keep going. These are all 1,000 lumens on this particular projector. Test demonstrations on a 38 Black Widow. Demonstrations outside. You name it, we've done it. There's the unboxing video on the projector when I purchased it. So anything involving that projector is going to be on here. Everywhere from 12s. We've had them on 12s. Old Faithful's been around for quite a bit. So if you can't go into someone's YouTube channel and you can't pull up certain things, then there's a problem there. There's a huge problem there. Let's go over here and let's go pull up on the channel. Let's go with the Sony. Let's go with test. You should be to type in test, and all tests should pop up if the product was properly tested. On my search engine, right here on my YouTube. And this right here is every test demonstration under our products. Right there. And this is also too in this of us requesting tests from other people who make these screen paint products to produce tests on their products. Nothing. No tests at all, period, on any of their products. This is why either the websites don't stay open long or products don't sell correctly, because they have to drop the prices to like really low prices because they have no test. There's nothing there. They know that the product has no value to it. You have to charge. Put it this way, people. When you see screen paint products that are like 60 bucks and so forth, some people have to charge that. You can't get no more for it because, again, there's no test behind it. There's nothing back in it to show value to it. When we go against a certified screen, you know how fast our product jumps because it's on a certified versus a certified screen? That shows that that screen can basically do the same thing or better than a $5,000 screen. And keep in mind, you're going to have to be very thorough about these tests because you're dealing with a company that will blade out sue the daylights out of you if you basically cannot back that up. Here we are on, let me see what we got here, right here. Here we go. This is ambient light projection test. That's another test we have for our ultra short throw test. Yeah, you know what that was. We requested tests on that one. I don't even bother asking for tests anymore because, again, after what I've seen already on these other products, these fake products, there's just no point in asking for tests because they just can't produce them. If they haven't tested any of their other products, then your products are just not tested altogether. There's no way in the world you should ever match a house paint, ever. You match a house paint in a live stream, that's extremely bad. Your product is now worth nothing. Actually, it's worth lower than the house paint itself. Look at this. It's a white level test. When you design a black screen, this is one of the tests you have to go through. You got to do a white level test to make sure that screen can cope in a fully lit environment. This is the reason why I can be off-site and do demonstrations with ease, no problem, just like that, because product's tested. There's no worries. Well, I'm going to worry about something that I've already ran through the ringer. We did tests, black on black demonstration, and very serious test that needs to be done. Now, for those of you who don't know what a black on black is, this is where we have to prove that our products don't match any form of house paint, surfaces, fabric, micro mesh. There is Black Domino, which is one of the paints. One called Black Magic, Black Domino, and another one we got Black Dynasty. We had dozens of these demonstrations. As a matter of fact, I got quite more to go. The Sugar Plum Fairy is going to have those tests. The new TV paint we have behind it. We're not TV paint anymore. It's a TV screen we're designing. That right there has already had the black on black test already done. So these are all the tests. Ambient light rejection demonstrations that can actually filter through sunlight. You have to have all these tests have to be done. It's a lot of them. I wonder if I get to the bottom of this page. Oh man, it's gonna be a bit. Black versus black demonstrations outside. Yep, did them outside. I don't leave any rock unturned. I never do. I'm very strict when it comes to my tests. They have to work because I do not want to look like an idiot on camera. I really don't. And I definitely don't look like an idiot on an on-site installment. Definitely don't want that. There is the right there again. Old Faithful right there. I actually walked around. We did the installment at the other place. I walked around their entire environment with an ultra short throw projector, displaying that projector everywhere I set that projector at. Never had to change the environment, nothing at all, period. That's going to become a problem for any screen that sits in an ambient light controlled environment, because the problem you're going to have there, you're not in the same environment that you have where you had the screen displayed. So you're going to have to manipulate and change the environment in order to get the screen to function well. And that's not going to work because some people are not going to change out. Let's go to outside. And you can go right there. We back up our products 100% and go ahead and check out all my test demonstrations. Here we go. Demonstration of a screen absorbing sunlight outside. Can't just go up. See, we can make our own form of gain. We actually are working on our own form of gain. We could do that. Because if anyone sits there and says, oh, what's the purpose of your gain? Well, it has the highest gain. It can actually absorb sunlight. And if they sit there and say, well, what's the gain level on it? It doesn't have a gain level. Because you know why? A gain gun can't read it. You know why? Because it's sunlight. Ah, there you go. So it does not have a reading on it at all, period. Just like if you say, what's the reading in the max out room with a meter? Meters don't pick up in a max out room at all, period. And I think what people mistaken when they try to do a max out and they say, look, this is what we're picking up. You can be in a very bright environment. If your meter still reads 1, you're going to have to pick up a 100% contrast in that environment with that meter level. Some people get that mixed up and they think for some reason because the meter is maxing out that they're still basically, I guess, doing what we're doing. No, you have to maintain perfect color, perfect contrast, maintain white levels, and do that in a fully lit environment without any altering change. And you have to do that through a test. Just because I can take an all white screen and stick it in a bright environment and say, look, the meter maxed out. But the image is going to look like crap and it doesn't see 100% black. That's where you go. So this right here is, let's see, test right here on fabric. Been there, done that. Right, these are the old demonstrations. They're going back to the old demonstrations. Motorized projection screens, tons of demonstrations. There's one right there. Motorized projection screens, did those two. Let me see. Let's go with the ViewSonic. Matter of fact, even faster. Let me go to, oh no, it's called ViewSonic. ViewSonic dozens of ViewSonic projectors. ViewSonic, the PX, I think it's a PX 747. So this is the ViewSonic PX 747, a 4K projector. I had once, and we're not going to mention the person's name because we don't want them any part of our business. But anyway, an individual once spoken and said his products don't work on 4K. We did 4K already. As a matter of fact, that technology is so advanced that we did a 4K versus next to a 720p, and you couldn't tell one from the other. Couldn't tell one from the other from 1080p to 4K. You can't tell. So it just tells you at the end of the day, we do not require a high-end 4K projector to make the screen look better and better presentable and have to have a dark environment to get that projector to work well. We don't need that, which means that saves the customers money at the end of the day because that requirement's not needed. So people who have to use 4K projectors, you're stuck in that area because if you pull that machine away, your image will start to deteriorate, which means anyone else not using the 4K, same projector or higher, it's going to see a difference. It's not going to show the same as in the video. So this is the PX ViewSonic. Do we have the unbox on it? There we go. There's my projector right there. Oh, I was so upset about that projector, and I'll tell you why. I sat there and spent freaking all this money for this 4K projector right there to find out that the 720p looks exactly like it because it's on our technology. There you go. There's my Sony 4K, my ViewSonic 4K projector. And I sat there on camera as I'm watching these two screens side by side. I'm thinking, I'm never buying a 4K ever again. And I have not. As a matter of fact, I sold my 4K projector when I got myself a high-end 1080p projector because that's all I needed. But that's the projector right there. Our technology works a little bit more beyond 4K. Here we go. We're just talking about it too. There we go. 720p projector versus PX 747 4K projector. Now, the reason why a 4K projector is needed on a gray and white screen because those screens will start to deteriorate. That's why. They can't be in fully lit environments. They don't have the capable of ambient light projection. They can't see 100% contrast. And without 100% contrast, you do not see color. That's a 4K projector and a 720p side by side. Now, we didn't even know our technology had that capability. Good thing I did buy the 4K because we didn't know this. But now when we put them side by side, I sat there and said, I spent $1,500 for a 4K projector and the other one cost me $164. And you can't tell one from the other. Oh, we've had this on forum sites all over the place. We were just sitting there just looking at it like, what the freak? Yeah, you don't have to go out and spend money. I say it over and over again. You don't have to go out and spend money for a 4K projector. It's not needed. If you have an advanced screen, it'll do the work for you. That's what the screen's supposed to do the work for you. And besides, without that advanced projector to begin with, well, guess what? Your screen ain't worth, sorry, advanced screen, your projector ain't worth jack. It can't produce. Now I see these dark environments. Let me show you something real here about the dark environments. The reason why people don't like our videos, well, certain people don't like our videos because they can't back it up. They can't do it. Condensed lighting. I can go on and on about condensed lighting, but I won't in this video. I see so many poor demonstrations, and just not those individuals, other people also too, poor demonstrations on condensed lighting. You know why? Because they'll have the lighting way over here and the screen way over here, and the light's not even touching the screen, it's over here. You know, you can shift those things where you want them to go. So nothing's making contact with the screen at all. And they go, look, they'll have a nerve to take the camera and point up at the ceiling, go, look at the light, look at the light. That light's not making any contact. You see this right here? This is an actual contact by condensed lighting to the screen. That's the wedges we have here and here, the screen's being hit. So when I saw them demonstrations, I first moved into this house and I saw that light, and I was like, oh, this is amazing, because I'm not building me a screen right here. See, I'm pointing it down right under my modem. All right, but anyway, so those of you who do these demonstrations where you're saying that you point up to the ceiling and like the light's really making contact with the screen, it's not. It's not. It's nowhere near the screen. This is the way it's supposed to be. There's my 4K projector, sitting right there. There's my screen. See the light making contact with it on both sides. Now, where did the light go? It disappeared. You can see bits of it right here and here, but it's gone because that screen's designed to absorb and eat light. There's my dimmers. See, my dimmers are all the way up. So that's one thing I show you. It's nothing you got to watch out for too. They'll drop the dimmers. So that way the lights aren't producing that much light. I see a lot of fake demonstrations. Not just with them two. A lot of people do these fake demonstrations. You got condensed lighting way in the center of the room, and you're going to go, look. It's making contact with the screen. The light's not making contact with the screen. Now you see the light here and here, the rest of it, it's gone. Because that screen will absorb it. Let's come out of here. Bounce it over here. So yeah, we done 4K. Never, if anyone comes up and says, well, how can you have a 4K? We done 4K. Why in the world would it take $1,500 or $2,000 and $3,000 out of my pocket to spend money for a 4K projector when we have 720p so to do the exact same thing because our technology can do that? The whole object of me of basic developing technology is the fact that people don't have to spend a lot of money, number one, got a tested product, number two, and then on top of that, you don't require 4K in order to get a beautiful image. People got to spend the money for 4K projectors is because they're trying to pick up a much more better and higher resolution. Guess what else picks up a higher resolution? A black screen. The more contrast you have in your projector, you feel the higher the resolution you're going to be to pick up the more sharper, more detail, more depth to the image. So what happens when you have a screen that's 100% black? That means a 720p projector can pick up a high resolution just equal to a 4K projector because the screen is physically black. There you go. And even with the 4K projector sitting right next to and being shown on the same black technology, really shows no difference between that and the 720p. So the industry keeps designing more and more advanced projectors. People keep going out and buying these projectors, thinking it's going to fix their problem, and it comes down to your screen. Your screen is going to make and break your setup. That's how it works. Any environment, if you look at this, you can go through my entire archives, and you can see anywhere I set a screen up, any house that I have moved in, any environment, I've never changed the outcome of the environment. Never. It's always been the same way as I moved in, as I'm moving out. What did I say when I was in the laundry room at my sister's house? I sat there and said, I'm going to move into an apartment. I'm not going to change anything. We're not going to put in dark curtains and all that stuff. It's going to look exactly the same way as I moved in, the same way when I'm moving out. Guess what? I'm moving out of here. The same way, as I said. I don't have to darken the apartment in order to try to make the image look good. I have to use high-end projectors to try to make the image look good. For people who have these demonstrations, I spend less for my setups than you spend for yours. In one of my setups, I had a $1,500, or no, it was $1,000 movie sofa with multi-cut holders and LED lights, popcorn machine, another recliner in there. I had a $400 recliner in there, and I had my ultra short throw projector at a screen size of a whopping 150 inches in a fully lit environment. And you got people out there who have to spend $3,300 for a projector just to get an image that somewhat looks somewhat decent. They still can't display a 100% contrast. At a 2 million to 1, they're still stuck in a dark environment, and they have to compress at 100 inches in order to get the image to become sharper, brighter, because the gray screen starts to deteriorate. See, there you go. So you can't save people money if you can't save money yourself. I don't spend a lot of money on my setups. As a matter of fact, the reason why I have more projectors and more projectors tested, because I don't spend any money for my projectors because the screen doesn't require it. We don't have to have HDMI. I use adapters. I don't have to have 1080p or 4K. I use 720p. I don't even have to have high lumen projectors if I choose. And I have to never change the environment, ever. That's a product that works. Let's go over to, got another one right there. $126. What was this on? Oh, that's on my short throw projector right there. Condensed lighting, making contact with the screen at all times. So the reason why I tell you all this is because anytime that anybody wants to sit there and basically make any comments about my product, you can go straight to my search bar on my channel and dig it up. You want to see black versus black tests? Got those too. Let me see. I got more coming on top of that. A lot more black versus black tests. We're going to maybe build a website. I'm literally building a website just strictly for our black versus black demonstrations, because there are a lot of them. We haven't even got all of them on the site. So like I said, the black versus black was designed because I went to a forum site and somebody said, well, what's the difference between your product and black house paint? I can do the same thing. And I go, we need to do this. We need to do more of these test demonstrations to show them not. And we have the most demonstrations on a house paint, fabric, and whatever versus our screen paint. And here, if you want to look up a styrofoam projection screen, you can find it. A screen on a blanket, you can find it. A screen on a bed sheet, you can find it. You name it, we painted it. All right, black versus black. And also, too, dozens of demonstrations on the Sony VPL cs4 projector. There we go. Now, you know why the naysayers don't like this. They leave the room right away, and I'll tell you why. Because they haven't done the test themselves. That's why. You don't stick around when you haven't done a test. You leave. These are all the black versus black. We've done fabric, you name it, we've done it. That's why. If you haven't done the test, you leave. If you're in a classroom taking an exam, and people stay, anyone who's taken a test, you can stay. Those who study the test and know the test are going to stay because they're going to pass it. It's nothing. But those who haven't studied, they're going to leave that classroom. because they haven't done the test. These are black versus black tests, people. This is a very important test. Has to be done because it shows that right there. That's our new TV technology right there. Even it's been tested before at 50%. That stuff has been tested. Look at this. Another black versus black. Black versus black. Dum, bum, 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 bum. We just keep going on. We got these even outside. These are black versus black tests dating back to 7s. Yep. All right, let me see what we got here also too. Let's go to, we got microphones hooked up to here. Styrofoam. So let's pull up a styrofoam. Do we do styrofoam? Now, the other person running his mouth too much, got to learn to be quiet and listen because the other person ran his mouth too much about using styrofoam. There are several different types of styrofoam. There's a styrofoam you might get packaged with a box. That's what you don't use because it looks like an English muffin because it has all these nooks and crannies into it. That's what you don't want. This is called insulation styrofoam, which is very, very smooth. Sometimes it comes in kind of a purple or kind of a seafoam green, a light green or whatever, or light blue. But this is what you use for making projection screens with because it doesn't have the nooks and crannies. And a person spoke too soon, again, without cracking a book. Let's go over to where we're at, here. And let's go take out our black versus black. And let's put in styrofoam. So, anything we design under styrofoam will come up here. This right here is a styrofoam projection screen right here. Very cheap, easy to put together. Keep in mind there are 1, 2, 3, I think 6 slabs of styrofoam in here. We're using our NEC projectors right there. That's our NEC 11 MP 1150. Quite a lot of projectors I've used, and that is the technology right there on styrofoam. And not one big piece of styrofoam, several strips of styrofoam. Now, would I go to the other channels to prove that they haven't done it? No, I'm not wasting my time on that nonsense. I'm not dealing with that mess anymore. I'm done. I got things to do. If I have a problem with them, lawyers get involved. That's it. Other than that, don't have time. I got things to do. We already know what they're up to anyway. We know what they do. Who cares? We know. If they had the test, all I have to do is type it into this search right here and it would pop up, and it doesn't pop up. I did that homework already. I went out and did it and spent the time and hours and nothing came up at all. They cannot provide any test demonstrations on their products before they were sold. And because they can't do this, that means the product basically is an untested product. Keep in mind, one of them has amnesia because he forgets that he tested house paint. Doesn't make a difference what you try to prove. At the end of the day, you can have some special surface there to make it try to change a little bit. No, you have to test your product against all different forms of house paint. And if you match one of them, it's lights out. That's what it comes down to. Oh, shoot, I forgot about this. This is my 1500 lumen PT AE2 2000 1500 lumens. And what was this done? Oh, this is just styrofoam. Was this both? Oh, they were both on styrofoam. This was on a styrofoam screen also. There's my projector right there on styrofoam right there.
With the Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card, an unlimited 2% cash back on purchases you want, like dance lessons, and on what you need, like memory foam inserts.
So yeah, we've done quite a bit. Bed sheets, yeah, done all that stuff, everything. So if you're curious, you want to see what our products are all about, you can go right over here to my search and you will see more demonstrations, more unmatched demonstrations than anybody on YouTube because we can back our products up 100%. All right, I gotta go. Thank you for your time and God bless. Oh, that's the dedicated black Cinemax. That's a white wall. Look at the difference. Look how amazing it looks here compared to here. Gotta go. Thank you all and God bless.